Alrighty guys, welcome back to some more Trails Beyond the Horizon. Last episode we began Kevin's route number 2, where we decided it's time to track down what exactly Professor Hamilton was working on when she was here in Tharbad 20 years ago. And so, after talking to all of our contacts around this area and completing all of our business in the Grim Garden, our final destination to head to is to talk to the princess inside the fancy hotel. But before we do that, we were told we want to make sure we take care of all of our activities we have to do, and so that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this episode. But before that, if you guys do like this video and this series, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'll really help me out, and it'll help make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. With all that out of the way, let's get into it. So, very first thing we have is we have 2 movies that we can watch here at the movie theater. Now, we've actually seen all the movies at this point. We no longer need to purchase any pamphlets. However, there are certain things that we can watch here, so that way we can still get our bonuses. So, doesn't really matter which ones we watch. We're going to watch this first one, and then we're just going to skip to the end, because again, we're only here for the connection points that we get from doing this, so we'll go ahead and just skip all. Kevin gets a little bit, Swing gets a little bit, Nadia, Rufus, and Lapis. Then we can do that one more time with, again, either one of the movies. I don't think it actually matters which one you do. Just because, well, you want to be careful because there is going to be, I think, one more time that you can watch movies again with this team. But again, I don't think it really matters because I believe the other 2 movies we can choose from here is the last time we're actually going to be able to see either of them. So it doesn't really matter. We'll just do Golden Blood R15 and we'll go watch it with a bunch of children. That seems like a really good way to get in a lot of trouble. Just skip through that. And we'll get some more connection points. Again, free 50 connection. Might as well do it, even if you've already seen the movies and got all the pamphlets. And so, with that being done, next we're going to go ahead and move on to our 4 SPGs. So we're actually going to go ahead and start in the Cultural District, because the 2 here are much quicker. One of them is a 4 SPG, but it's actually just travel through the Sand Sea, and the other one is just a bounty. So both of them are very, very quick ones we can complete. So we'll just go ahead and start there.
Let's see here.
Pick up both these Righteous Thief Spoils and the Waterway Bounty. I think this is the first time we picked up 2 from a bulletin board, right? Well, with that done, we can go ahead and just head over here. We will go ahead and do the bounty here in a little bit, but first we'll talk to this man. You're Fatih, right? We saw your request on the bulletin board earlier. I knew you'd come. None of you are the Spriggan, though, are you? I assume you folks are taking on 4 SPGs in his place.
Well, so you knew we weren't him and you still asked for our help?
Don't tell me. Do you know us? Not at all. But after taking a look at what's been going on behind the scenes these past few days, I had a hunch. Finding that a man of the church is at the center of it, was a bit of a surprise, though, I'll admit. And that gentleman over there, well, it's probably best to not touch on that one, is it? Huh. Your discretion is much appreciated. So, this request was about finding the location of some guy's treasure, right? What exactly do you get out of asking us to do something like that? All I'll say is, for now, is that I believe you all have the capabilities necessary to obtain this treasure. What's important is whether or not you all intend to follow through on the opportunity. So, what will you do? Let's do it. I mean, I'm curious and all, but...
Yes! 4 SPG accepted! Now let's get a hunting!
Hey, hold on a sec, will you?
I'm kind of curious myself, actually. After all, a chance like this doesn't come every day, right? And if all goes well, we might even be able to make back all of Rufus's money.
Huh. Well, I wouldn't be so sure of that. But I suppose there's no harm in taking gambles every once in a blue moon, right? Alright, fine. We'll accept the request. We'll look for this Aaron guy's treasure, or whatever it is. I knew you'd come around.
So, what kind of person was Aaron's?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of him before.
Definitely not someone we learned about at Aramis. But judging from his name, I'm guessing he wasn't Central Eastern?
I've heard of the man once or twice myself. If I recall correctly, he was half Calvardian, half Elsaimi. I believe there's an old anecdote about his exploits in Tharbad. It claims he fought against a family who ruled the city with an iron fist. Indeed, though Arens was half Central Eastern, he was also a soldier of the Kingdom of Calvard. So when he was dispatched to a location just outside Tharbad, he witnessed firsthand the cruelty wrought by the most prominent family in the region. Yeah, I heard a bit about that when I was doing some research on the city. There was this independent lord, apparently, who owned a piece of land stretching from Tharbad all the way to eastern Elsheim. Got away with a lot of crap because of his connection in both countries. Yes, of course, Arens lodged complaints about the lord's behavior to both the army and the kingdom, but he was unfortunately silenced. However, he had grown to care deeply for the people of Tharbad, and had even taken a lover in the city. So, to do right by them, he quit the army and took up arms against the family, knowing doing so would have him marked as a traitor and thief. And eventually the family was overthrown, forcing Calvard and Elsheim off their proverbial behinds to re-examine the governance of the region. I see. Then is this treasure something he stole from the family? It's a strong possibility. You see, though the majority of the riches they acquired through their exploitations had been returned to their rightful owners, the wealth the family gained by way of tolls and managing mines was also quite considerable. People believe Arens may have hidden that wealth for his future descendants.
Oh, boy, is this exciting or what? So you're gonna give us a hint to where the treasure is, right?
Well, the only hint I have for you is this map. You'll have to use this cipher written on it to find the location on your own. Ha! You know, I'd make a comment about how cliche this all is, but this might actually be a good chance to test our skills a bit. Solve the mystery and find the treasure left behind by a legendary thief. It's almost like we're in a movie.
Could do without the whole wild goose chase thing, though. Huh? That's what makes it fun. Plus, searching for it ourselves will give us what they call a sense of accomplishment.
Well, the rest is up to you, my friends. Remember to keep your wits about you, though. After all, you aren't the only ones with a hankering for the treasure.
Oh, so you're saying we could have competition, huh? No way we're losing now.
That's the spirit. Now, if you'll excuse me, may Arusha grant you guidance. His intentions still have you suspicious, do they? Got that right. I mean, why give this task to us instead of looking for the treasure himself? Plus, there was that whole thing about him doing his research before putting up his request. As said, it's not like I sensed any malice from the guy, but I don't know. Maybe he's just hard to read. Certainly possible, I suppose, but for the time, I believe we'll have to advance the investigation to learn what his true motives are. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. Right. Righteous thieves, spoils acquired. Oh, we're starting immediately with the little treasure map.
So, what's this a map of? Can't really tell, to be honest, but I do see that cipher he was talking about.
Judging from the topography and the orientation of the area in relation to Tharbad, I imagine it's likely somewhere in the Sand Sea. Maps from 100 years ago aren't really like the ones we use today, though. The symbols they used were different back then. Topography changes over the years, too. Gonna be pretty hard to find the treasure with just this to go off of. So we're gonna go taking a shot in the dark here, huh? Even with the map.
Well, let's see. It says the first clue is hidden at the feet of the twins who support one another. Twins who support one another. What could that possibly mean?
Well, whatever it is, it's likely to be man-made given this. It's unlikely to be man-made given the nature of the Sand Sea during that era. However, if this cipher was indeed intended for use by future generations, I doubt it's anything prone to change or decay either. So, maybe we should start looking for stuff that's more hardy, like rocks or something. Man, this 4SPG sure ain't gonna be a stroll down easy street, huh? Why don't we just head out to the dunes for now? Onward to treasure galore! Well, it's not gonna be easy street for you guys, but it's gonna be easy street for me. Alright, let's go ahead and hand out to the Sand Sea, shall we?
Let's head out.
So, here at the Sand Sea, we're going to have a couple things we need to track down. They're going to be giving us hints, but we're going to be looking for the two twins. Now, if you can't guess by this big rock structure right here, as well as just the fact that there's a green marker, it's going to be pretty easy to find. The twins who support one another. Should be them, right?
Oh, I get it. Two similar looking rocks leaning against each other. They're twins who support one another. So that means there's something hidden at the base of these rocks, right? Let's get digging, S.
Yeah. After digging at the base of the rock formation, the group managed to uncover a small bottle containing a scrap of paper.
It looks like another clue.
I assume if we continue following his little brain teasers, we'll eventually come upon the location of the treasure, yes? Huh. Quite the well-designed experience.
Well, what's it say?
I'm getting to it, kid. Let's see. It says the third clue is hidden in a place of rest only accessible on the longest days. The longest days is probably referring to summertime. But what place of rest is only open during the summertime?
Maybe we should think about what the summertime usually means for Tharbad. I mean, it's the season where it gets even hotter than usual, of course, but apart from that...
It's the rainy season, isn't it?
Come to think of it, there was that big storm yesterday. So I guess maybe it is the rainy season.
That may be so, but a downpour like yesterday's was far from a usual occurrence. But at any rate, it's a place of rest that only appears in the Sand Sea during the rainy season. Are we starting to get the picture? Think so, yeah. It's... doesn't tell us, but of course it's already marked on the map. If you guys don't know where it is, it's going to be the Oasis area, which will be right here at the midpoint. I believe this is this called the Oasis? I could have sworn it was. But it's right over here. There's a little divot with some water in it. A watering hole. A watering hole or an oasis. Either of the two would qualify as a place of rest in a desert after all. Don't think there's usually a watering hole here, at least not that I've heard. So this thing's shown up during the rainy season for the past 100 years, huh? Awfully reliable little thing. That's crazy, because it's sand, which means it blows all the time.
We don't have any more specific hints on where to start looking for the clue, do we? Because digging around the entire watering hole would be a huge pain in the butt.
Might be cheating, but I think I'm going to rely on some tech for this one.
Oh, it looks like the only place a man-made object could be buried is over there.
I forgot that there was buried objects back in Daybreak 2. Alright, let's get digging.
You're really getting into this, huh, S? Kinda feels like I'm starting to rub off on you. That's so adorable.
After digging in a section of the sand near the oasis, the group uncovered a pot containing a scrap of paper. Let's see. Looks like the final clue. My treasure lies in the center of a ring woven by guiding sunlight. Guiding sunlight. What the heck's that supposed to mean? In the past, people used the position of the sun and stars to determine direction and tell time. Perhaps that's what it would be referring to?
Maybe it wants us to find something that can be used to measure the time of day, like a sundial. Oh, like those things we saw earlier? You know, those big rock pillars that stick straight out of the sand? They're pretty common in the Sand Sea.
Yeah, they're all over the place. Or they were shaped like that by the wind. Definitely wouldn't be surprised to hear about merchant caravans using them as sundials or landmarks or something. Then perhaps our next task should be to seek out a group of these pillars that stand in a circle.
Alright, gang, we're heading to the finish line. The treasure's so close I can practically taste it. Wait for us, my sweet. We're on our way.
And so our final location is going to be over here in the Sand Sea Cave, or next to it at least. And we're just going to go straight north from here, up to the next objective marker. And we can see as we run up here, there's a big sundial-ish. No, I mean, I'm not super close to a sundial, but I guess it's good enough. A ring woven by guiding sunlight. Think we found it, folks.
Oh, and I bet the treasure's right smack dab in the middle, too. Alright, I'm gonna check it out first.
Wouldn't a sundial have just one straight in the center that would make a shadow that points to the different pillars, so that way you can tell what time it is? Huh, didn't think we'd actually find anything. Seems we were right to take this gamble.
I wonder what's inside. Come on, let's open it, Nadia. Sure, of course. At least that's what I'd like to say, but... We know you're there, you creeps, so why don't you come on out already?
All that seeing around you were doing wasn't as subtle as you thought it was. Just FYI. Jig's up. Might as well show your faces, yeah? Huh. Guess we don't got much choice. Aren't these guys? Bugbear. A group consisting of so-called Jaeger dropouts. I suppose I had heard they'd ended up in the Republic recently.
So, what exactly do you buggy boos or whatever want with us?
That's a bugbear to you, kid. Sheesh, first the fixers, now you guys? I know you're getting it wrong on purpose. Anyway, if you don't want to get hurt, give us that there treasure, you hear? No hard feelings. We just need the money. Awfully bold of them.
Got a feeling they don't quite get who they're dealing with.
Bugbear, heard you guys have fallen into a whole lot of debt recently. So you came all the way to Tharbad to try and turn your luck around, is that it? Gotta say, I admire you for going to all the effort.
But that doesn't give you the right to steal our treasure.
I mean, have you no dignity? Insult us all you want, but whoever gets that treasure in the end is the winner, no matter the means. If you don't agree to our demands, we won't show you any mercy.
I don't care what you say. We found this treasure, which means it's ours, and we're not handing it over.
If you try to take it by force, you better believe we're gonna fight fire with fire.
Besides, this treasure is Orange, the thief who stood up for others when nobody else would. There's no way we'll hand it over to the likes of you.
So, to quote Arkride, afraid we can't agree to that request of yours. Just ain't up to our standards. Now let's give these small fry the punishment they deserve. And now is a great time to try out Kevin's new S-Craft, Spears of and Loa.
Seals of mine, conflicting from the abyss.
Starts the same.
Spears of space. Pierce unholy spears.
That's so cool.
By your opposing natures.
That is so cool. Oh my god. That kills.
Team Nana 1, Bugbear 0. You said whoever gets the treasure in the end is the winner, right?
Your loss simply proves once and for all that you just don't have what it takes to obtain such riches. Ugh, can't believe we lost. But it's not too late. We prepared something special for the occasion. Is it a tank? Just more? Good thinking, Con, for backup. Now we've really got an advantage. Time to pay you back for making fools of us. They got a lot of guts, I'll give them that. And they're more stubborn than I thought they'd be. Wish they'd use it for good or something.
That's an awfully lot of bugaroos. I mean, we can definitely beat them. It's just, do we really have to?
Not to worry. It seems our reinforcements have arrived as well. Huh? What's the meaning of this? A sniper? Didn't actually think they'd have backup out here. At this rate, we won't have an advantage in numbers. Retreat! This just ain't worth it anymore. Well, I see they're discerning enough to know when to make it a strategic withdrawal, at least.
Ugh, they're running away so fast, too. We don't gotta chase them, do we? I'm tired.
Not exactly the first person I thought would come to our aid. Think it's about time you told us your secret, don't you, Fatih? I see. Wouldn't have ever guessed you were Auron's great-grandson. Really? You couldn't figure that out, that he was somehow related to him? The knowledge of the treasure's existence has been passed down in my family for generations. As a matter of fact, after I found the map, I even had a rough idea of where it was located. However, I never had any great desire for wealth, so I simply chose to let it be, but...
That's when those bugbear people showed up.
Indeed. As soon as they caught the scent of treasure, those scoundrels were on the hunt. But I felt strongly about entrusting it to people who were actually worthy of Auron's legacy, and nobody else. Ultimately, that's why I threw together the idea of putting the so-called fixers I'd heard about to the test.
And we just happen to be taking 4 SPGs in their place. Which means we weren't the ones you intended to entrust the treasure to. Sorry. Oh no, it's nothing to worry about. After all, you've more than proved yourself worthy of the treasure already. And knowing what I do of the fixers, you all seem to be acting with the exact same integrity.
Woohoo! Sounds like we've got the seal of approval then. That means we can crack this thing open now, right? Can't wait to see what's inside.
The treasure of a chivalrous thief who straddled the boundary between West and Central East. I imagine it will be quite intriguing.
Huh? This is...
treasure, I think. Is this really all there is? A book, an old map, and a piece of jewelry?
I mean, the jewelry does look expensive, so I guess I can't complain, but... how come the chest wasn't packed with riches beyond our wildest imaginations? It might not look like they're what we were expecting, but that map's a treasure too, Nadia. Look, the topography of the Sand Sea is drawn in such an exquisite detail that it's comparable to a map created with the latest surveying technology. It's an amazing creation for its time, don't you think?
Indeed, it's likely one of the maps that Arens created while exploring the outskirts of Tharbad. You see, Arens was famous not only for fighting against tyranny, but also for studying this region's geography to ensure caravanners' safety. At the time, a map consisting of the culmination of all his work likely would have fetched a price equal to that of even gold bullions. There seem to be a few locations not present on modern maps. But it must have some value as a historical document, too. A historical document, you say? This is merely an estimate, but in the realm of academia, I imagine it could fetch anywhere between 50,000 and 150,000 mira.
Oh, that's a lot of moolah. And what about the book?
Seems a bit different from the map, to be honest.
I think this might actually be Arin's personal journal. Oh, that's gotta have historical value too, right?
If you're not keeping anything else, you should at least keep this. Oh, are you sure? You'd likely make a fortune off of it. Maybe, but even if that were true, there must have been a reason Arens buried his journal alongside the treasure. Whatever that reason is, as his descendant, I think you have the right to know more than anyone. That said, you should keep the map too. This isn't about simple monetary value. It's about Arens' legacy and the culmination of all of his hard work. Indeed, then the person who strove to follow Arens' final wishes should be the one to decide what to do with it. Frankly, us deciding without his consent whether it's all to be liquidated or donated doesn't quite sit right with me.
Yeah, I guess. Sucks, but it's the right thing to do. I couldn't agree more. Here, we'll return the map.
The memories my ancestor left behind. I never imagined I'd get to know them someday. How can I ever thank you all? Don't worry about it. You made this request because you wanted to entrust the treasure to someone worthy, right? Then we're just trying to help you fulfill that request, even though we're just Arkwright Solutions stand-in.
Think maybe we could take the piece of jewelry, though? Doesn't seem like it had any special connection to Arens after all.
Actually, that was probably an informal gift given to Arens by the Grand Prince of Alsheim. That's what it says on this piece of paper. It also mentions how it was bestowed by the royal family to the liberator of Tharbad. The Star and Moon emblem. Not only has the ornament been embedded with high purity esmelis, but it seems to be of ancient origins as well. If all that's true, then wouldn't have been important to Arens? Arens acknowledged that, for all his attempts to chivalry, he was still just a thief and a turncoat. He never felt he deserved a reward from the royal family. He didn't do the things he did for wealth, he did them for the people of Tharbad. Thus he vowed to never wear objects of value himself. He would rather they be entrusted to someone more worthy if such a person appeared. At least, Arens wrote as much on this piece of paper. And that's all the more reason it should be kept in the family. Shouldn't you keep it? No, in fact, I think this treasure is one that should be entrusted to all of you. In doing so, I'm simply respecting Arens' wishes. As the descendant of a thief, I've simply no right to keep it. Those who protected the treasure from scoundrels of the underworld, are more than worthy to claim it as your own. I see, and we'll simply have to respect your decision then. I graciously accept this gift, Fatih. Though honestly, I don't know what I deserve to have it either. I think you do. After all, you were the one who suggested we respect Arin's wishes in the first place. If you don't want it, I could always take it. Show some self-restraint, please. Once more, I'm truly glad I entrusted this task to you. I hope we'll have the chance to meet again someday. Sure, and you take care of yourself. May Adios protect you. Fate certainly is a mysterious creature. You never quite know what it will bring you next. Who would have thought we'd be able to fulfill a century-old thief's wishes? You know, honestly, it was kind of a letdown that the treasure was just those 3 things, though. But at least this emblem thing is cute. Well, the treasure's in its rightful place now, so I guess that's that, huh? Now with that case done and dusted, why don't we try switching gears again? Not quite yet, Kevin.
Money for our coffers.
I guess Zemuria, get a little bit of law, a little bit of gray. And we also get the Star and Moon emblem. I actually want to show that off because that is a really good piece of gear. You get evasion and evasion plus 10%. I believe at this point, that is the highest evasion we have, so it's really good for an evasion tank. On top of that, that is our 30th 4SPG closed.
Yeah, baby.
We get evasion plus 100 and arts evasion 100% while casting arts. Really, really good skill for your main arts damage dealer. It'll be more important once we get a little bit further into the game, into like that final dungeon area. But yeah, if you have a primary arts dealer, give them that so that way they can always dodge attacks whenever they're casting. So with that done, we have another quest we have immediately accessible to us. So we'll go ahead and start by going to the Waterway Depths to fight a monster real quick. So here we are. Monster is straight ahead. Let's make sure we save just in case anything goes wrong here. And let's head on forward. This is going to be 3 different types of monsters. These are technically, I think, 3 individual like boss type enemies. The Hecate Gorgon, Hecate Johanna, and Hecate Adele. I don't think it's really going to be that difficult, so let's go ahead. Just do a normal attack first. Let's do our usual, get up to Nadia. And then we can go ahead and attack Surge. And Spear of Ur and Loa. And then Nanapalooza. And then Cross Cypher. And that gets rid of one of them. Unfortunately, we don't have any more S boost for Rufus here, but let's go do a normal attack here. Let me just pray they're not going to cast us till we're dead. It happens a lot, so that's why I'm like, well, exactly what I said let's hope doesn't happen did. I don't think there's a way to come back from this, unfortunately. Yep. Okay, well, sometimes you just know it's about to happen, man, and there's not much you can do. Let's just Pluto Nova. We'll play this a little bit more defensively then, since that's the case. So let's go ahead and just do a normal attack with you. And then I still want to do Nanapalooza. And we'll probably still Cross Cypher. But at this point, we just want to Shield Surge. And probably do a normal attack on the Hecate Adele. Good counter. Ow. That's fine. This is all fine. We're still okay. Then let's go ahead and Stigma Release. We can go ahead and do a double attack. Let's target you. And then I'm pretty okay. Ooh, actually, this is an Arts Plus. I was about to use his S-Break. We'll just do that. And we gotta be... I forgot to put the shield back up, so that's why we got hit there. That's a little unfortunate. Let's just Shield Surge. Yeah, that really sucks. I was hoping we were gonna get lucky there. Go ahead and Spear of... do the Spear of Loa there. And then do a normal attack. Eesh, man, that one little turn there where I missed getting what I needed really hurt us here. Go ahead and Shield Surge again.
Because I just forgot to throw that shield surge up, we just took a little bit too much damage on Nadia there. Shield surge again. We're really just doing this for HP at this point. Because then I can go ahead and shield surge again. There we go.
I won't show any mercy.
And then I think we're fine just to
Not done.
boost, and then shield surge. We still have our thing up, so blitz chain. And then I think we just cross cipher. We'll do another attack here. Another shield surge, just in case. Yeah, we definitely should have played it more defensively at the start there. Am I good to just... I think I am. Nope, there we go. There's my Sigma release gone. And we'll just follow up with a Spear of Loa. There we go. Again, definitely could have done that without Nadia being killed there, but just made a mistake at one little point there. Get the Titanium Charm, and that's the Waterway Bounty completed.
Burr coffers.
But before we leave here... Oh, is it going to be enough? No, not quite. There is one more fish we want to grab, just because we're here. Go ahead and recover HP.
Hang out a
And
little
all the way
longer.
back here, back at the fishing spots, there should be one new one we're looking for here. It's not here. It's here, but it's not the big catch. I believe the big catch is actually back up this way. I will just go past you and hope we don't aggro them. Well, that sucks.
Keep your guard up.
Are we gonna have to fight you, really? Level 39. Like, this is actually... They're a high level. Why are they such a... Actually, why are they such a high level? That's insane. That's crazy. We got the stun, so we'll just hop into it and then Spear of and Loa. Wow. But it should be right there. Our new big catch. So, go ahead, make sure we get our save down for fishing. And let's get to it, shall we? I believe this one's going to be some dumplings. So, I'll see you guys when we catch the new fish. This is a first try A-rank fish, the Etincel. And we'll go ahead and hold off, because that's all we needed. There's our fish completed, and for that, we get a brand new rod. I think that might be... Is that the second to last one? Yeah, second to last rod there. And with that, we only have one more for SPG to go. Let's go ahead and head back to the entertainment district, and we'll just go to the entrance. Actually... the specialty store might be just a little bit quicker. So, this upcoming 4SPG is basically just another one of those following mini games, I think, for the entire time. So go ahead and pick it up. Then we want to save our game. So go ahead and grab this, Casino Counterfeiting. And then we're going to go throw ahead and throw down a hard save, just in case we lose this, because there is bonus SP we can get for completing it. So now we'll go ahead and run up here, and we're basically just going to follow a counterfeiter, I believe, to the very end. And if we do it successfully, we will get a bonus SP. Excuse me, are we right to assume you posted a request on the bulletin board recently? Oh, I know you folks. You've been around the Mulan quite often these past few days, haven't you? So, you're the ones accepting 4 SPGs. Yep, that's us. Anyway, just to get down to the nitty-gritty here, you said you've been finding counterfeit tokens in the casino lately, right? Unfortunately, yes. Can't speak about that matter too loudly, of course, but we know that these are extremely grave circumstances. If you don't mind, I'd like to discuss the nature of the request a bit further with you all. Do you have a moment? Yes, we do. Alright, sure. Sounds like you're in a pretty tight bind here, so let's hear it. Your kindness is much appreciated. Now, if you would please follow me. The token you see on the left is the one we use in our casino. The one on the right, however, is a counterfeit. Hard to tell just by looking at them. Are you sure it's actually a fake? When we showed it to an appraiser, we found a difference in design that could be attributed to a miscalculation in measurement during manufacturing. They were also able to determine that due to the impurities the counterfeits contain, they're slightly heavier than their authentic counterparts. Minute as these differences are, however, even I'm unable to distinguish between the two. Neither can our dealers, unfortunately, which has resulted in these counterfeits being used in our slot machines. So now they're mixed in with the real tokens, huh?
and they're circulating the casino. The fact that they created counterfeit tokens rather than counterfeit Mira likely means they were concerned about authorities taking notice. Frankly, I applaud their forethought on the matter. Not the time, Rufus. Anyway, I'm assuming most of your guests are completely clueless about this whole thing? That's correct, yes. And that's why we've so far been unable to figure out where exactly the counterfeits are coming from. Perhaps if we found a way to identify them at a glance, we could limit their use, but as it stands, it's a bit different to examine. It's a bit difficult to explain the matter to our customers, so the casino has had to absorb the loss in profit. Truthfully, further influx of these counterfeits in the future might just affect our ability to operate outright. All right, I think we've got a general sense of the situation now. We'll do some investigating to see if we can suss anything out. Luckily, I've got just the connections for the job. Oh, those gamblers, right? If anyone knows anything about casinos, it's those two. They probably already left, but I'm sure it won't be a problem if we contact them anyway, right? I'd say so. Mind if we take this token with us? By all means. And again, thank you very much for your attention to the issue. Well then. You know that's not the counterfeit, right? After leaving the casino, Kevin called Jack and Hallie. Just got those pics you sent, Kevin. Thing's a real piece of work. You say that while you were helping that lady earlier? Can't say I did. The material they're made of is different, and so's their weight. I would have noticed the moment I touched one. But honestly, anyone but me would be hard-pressed to tell at a glance. I get the sense the mastermind behind these things had a single-minded resolve about this plan. They were determined to see it succeed by any means. Now, why do you sound impressed? But you know, that rumor... Oh? Here's something we could use? While we were gathering intel for you earlier, we happened to hear something that's kind of been nagging at me ever since. See, apparently there's this token shop that's cropped up in Tharbad recently. Claims to be a place where you can buy casino tokens on the cheap. They change their location pretty frequently, though. They only sell to people who have heard about them on the Orbital Net. Didn't seem relevant to what we were looking for at the time, so we didn't pay much mind, but... Maybe. No, there's no question about it. They've got to be the ones we're looking for, right? A counterfeit token shop, huh? Well, can't imagine anyone else would fit the bill. And if they really are spreading rumors about themselves on the Orbital Net, tracking them down should be a piece of cake. Would you two happen to know the latest rumors about the shop's location? Well, according to what was supposedly posted by them this morning, look for where all the hubbub's happening in this entertainment district. Find me, and you'll be in for some maximum deals. Maximum deals? Interesting hint. Probably talking about... Sounds like you figured it out already. Well, I guess I'll let the information fee slide just this once. Anyway, our train's almost out of the transmission range, so good luck out there. Thanks. Take care, you two. If the rumor had been making the rounds since this morning, it may be best for us to hurry. Right, let's catch those crooks. And we can force them to teach us how to make counterfeits of our own. Really? Come on, kids. Let's get searching.
Let's make some magic happen.
So, now we're going to go. You can make another save right now if you want to. We might as well, because we can get the bonus SP at this point. I'm just going to run over to where the little Maxim event is going on. Then after that, we'll pretty much just be in a following minigame for the rest of the little 4SPG here. This is the venue for that Maximum Energy event. Could the shop be around here? Maybe they're using all the commotion as cover. Yeah, feels like we're onto something. 1, 2, 3, yes, 8,000 Mira exactly. Alright, here you are, 1,000 tokens. Thanks for doing business, young man. Nice, but maybe I bought too many. Well, at least I got them at the discount. I mean, 8 Mira each instead of the usual 10. You know, actually though, I thought taking these things out of the casino was prohibited. How'd? Afraid that's a trade secret, kiddo. If you find yourself needing some more, I'll be in Tharbad a while longer, so keep an eye out, alright? Will do. Thanks a lot. Not suspicious at all, guys. Is she the token shop? I didn't think the person in charge would be an old lady. What's wrong with you two? Well... Why am I getting this weird feeling?
I suggest we investigate the tokens that young man purchased. Let's split up then. Rufus, Lapis, come with me to talk to the guy. As for you two, can I count on you to track down that old lady? Imagine she's got a base in the area where she keeps her stock. Can you find out where it is for us? We can't afford to lose sight of her right now. Sure, no sweat.
We're all over it. Good luck, you two.
Let us rendezvous at a later time.
There she is. Wonder where she's going.
Let's be careful following her. Don't want her catching on to us. So, this is, I think, the same lady who's been in a lot of different side quests throughout the history of the Trail series, and it's always to do with counterfeit stuff. So this is actually a very, very difficult minigame to get our bonus SP. We're essentially just going to keep watch, trying to avoid getting that found meter filled up at all. We can go ahead and turn speed up mode on. And we're going to want to follow her up. Ooh, let's get out of there. We're going to want to follow her to the right here in a second. We'll go ahead and crouch right here. And then we want to be careful, because we do want to track her back here. But we don't want to get close enough where we can go ahead and crouch right here. We don't want to be spotted. And then we'll go ahead and follow her up here.
Come out wherever you are.
Once again, we don't want to lose sight of her. And she takes off running. Oh boy, and then we need to crouch right here. And that is step 1. Oh boy, okay. So, she's going to stay here for a really long time, and she won't actually move until all those voice lines are done. She's going to keep standing there. And she'll start moving again.
Come out wherever you
And we can crouch right here. And then we want to follow her down here. Oh boy. And then we'll crouch right here and just wait. And then she'll go upstairs over that way. Well, she'll go up some stairs. So we're going to follow her around. And then she's going to stop again when she goes up the stairs. And then we have to chase after her very, very quickly. Because she's going to keep running, but we have to keep a certain distance. So that way we don't fully lose her, but we're not caught either. Then we need to get up here super fast.
Come out wherever you are.
I don't know why I'm not caught right here, but we're not caught yet. I think it's because we're not moving. Okay. And then I believe she'll start moving as soon as we go up there. Hello, lady. And then we need to chase after her. Do not lose her. Because it will fail it. We're literally just chasing after this old lady now. If she starts screaming at us about how we're young, then we know it's the exact same counterfeit lady from every other game up to this point. And there we go. That's our bonus SP. The hammam. Why would she come to a place like this?
Maybe she's treating herself to a bath for all the hard work she's done. But I mean,
if she heads into the woman's baths, we're in trouble. We need to make sure that doesn't happen. Well, Nadia can go in it. Keep off my ass, you freaking creeps! You want to chase tails so badly? Go to the strip club.
what? That voice. There's no doubt about it.
You're that old
con artist, crone.
Huh? How'd you know about... Yeah, it was Magisa. Wait a second. Any of those brats that work with Beauty's Blade? How dare you show your faces in front of me? If it wasn't for you, I'd have never ended up in debt to the Kingpin.
Well, you reap what you sow. You should have just trashed those fake T-phones in the first. Have a little sympathy for the elderly, would you? Goodness gracious, if all young people nowadays are like you two, the Republic's in for a dire future, I tell you. The goddess must be heartbroken. Seriously? You're bringing up the goddess now? Can't believe this lady. She can talk all she wants, but if she really is the one responsible for those counterfeit tokens, we can make this quick. This a new business venture of yours, trying to put your experience as a swindler to good use again? Was wondering why you were in Tharbad. So you're trying to interfere with my business again, are you? That it? You're not that important. We just happened to pick up this 4SPG while we were in the area. Doesn't look like she's got any funkies with her this time around. Come on, let's nab her, S. Like I'd ever let you brats get one over on me again. If you think this old dog hasn't learned any new tricks, think again. Chrono Drive. Why couldn't we move? And how'd she get so fast? Behold, the ace up my sleeve. Think I've made enough cash in Tharbad by now. High time I hit the road. Ciao, squirts. What was that? A divine wind? Actually, I think it was that old lady we saw earlier. Kevin, sorry, but we screwed up. Can't believe she had a Zypha, and with a freaking speed enhancer, no less. What the heck are you talking about? You can explain the situation once you've taken a deep breath, you two. We'll catch her soon enough. Sometime later. Dude, she is sprinting on the road, holy. Ha! Looks like I managed to shake him. Buying that black market Zekdarms tech really did pay off in spades. No one can catch up to me now, not even Beauty's Blade. They'll never guess my stock's this far out of the city. And the midnight oil to create those molds, so you better believe I'm gonna use them. Maybe I'll head to Elsheim's entertainment district next. Afraid this is as far as you go, lady. What? We found you. Thanks for leading us to your stash, Granny. How'd you find me? There's no way you could have seen me leave the city. That's where our boss's cunning comes in. You see, when you passed by me earlier, I managed to slip a single counterfeit token into your clothes. What? When we received it from the casino, I registered its data with my Zypha, just in case you understand. With that info at hand, it was only a matter of utilizing shard search and a map application to guide us straight to you. That seems your entire supply. Split-second decision-making, huh? Knew teaming up with was the right call? So, Magisa, was it? You're not going anywhere. Not even with that gimmick of yours. Yeah. To hell. Huh? Oh no. Go to hell! This always happens. First it was the special support section, then those stupid inspectors from the Empire. I mean, don't you feel the least bit of shame for scheming against a frail old woman like me? Well... My ears are ringing. Dude, I could not hit that high pitch of a tone if I wanted to. I'd get noise complaints. Whoa, guess even Rosenberg Tech isn't immune to her voice. What a stupid question. Who do you think you're dealing with here, lady? Yeah, everything she mentioned there was all the side quests involving her ever since the 4th game in the series, I believe. She's been in, like, at least every arc. I don't know if every game for sure. We may not look like it, but all of us are former inhabitants of the underside of society. You think I give a rat's ass who you are? I'm a black market trader for goddess's sake. I spent half a century experiencing the sweet flavors of triumph, the bitter tastes of losses. And I'm never giving this life up, so don't you ever mess with the con artist crone again, you hear? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I knew she was planning something. I hadn't realized you'd prepared for the occasion. Just a few more Zekdarms products from the black market. Now don't screw this up, bots. I refuse to lose. Come on, let's end this. Got some Zekdarms robots. I forgot what these are called, but I don't think this is going to be really too difficult. We'll go ahead and just Icy Frost. Hits all of them. And we'll just let all this go through.
And then we'll just have a little bit of fun. Well, not yet. We'll go ahead and attack with Kevin first.
Counting on you,
And then
Swing.
attack with Swin.
Call the shot.
And then Spear of Ernloa.
Boost gauge augmented.
And that gets rid of most of them. Rufus can just boost. And there we go. Didn't need to really boost there. My trump card. How dare you? That's checkmate, Magisa. And... my business. The molds I worked so hard on. Ew, what a relief. Well, I can't say I'm a fan of the whole setting everything on fire bit. Yeah, I mean, I know they were all just counterfeits, but shouldn't we have at least collected a few as evidence? Well, it's not as if we're the police. We've no real obligation to do anything more than what was requested of us. That being said, dealing with her also would befall under... Over there. How'd she move so fast? I'll get you back for this someday, you brats. Mark my words. Wait a minute. Ignoring that hotkey barding threat. Do you seriously plan on running through the desert? Of course I do. Remember what I said before? As long as there's ground beneath my feet, there'll always be somewhere for me to run. Orid, the east? I'll even run to the very ends of the world. Remember this, scum. The way of the counterfeiter will never die. Should we go after her? Seeing as we've still got more important business to take care of, I'm gonna say no. Plus, if she keeps heading straight, she'll make it to the capital, where Arkwright will deal with it. Probably. Oh, is this what they call passing the buck? Honestly, even if we did catch her, she'd probably just escape again. And anyway, if she really does end up running through the desert, I doubt we'll have to worry about her ever again. I wouldn't be so sure. After all, seems she truly is, as the kids say, the real deal. Ironic, considering she's a purveyor of counterfeit goods. Alright, no need to be such a wise guy. Utterly exhausted, Kevin and the company returned to Tharbad. They then made their way to the Moulin, where they reported what they'd learned of the situation to their client. I see. So you were able to cut off the flow of counterfeit tokens at the source. You have my deepest gratitude for your swift action on the matter. It was a piece of cake. Took a lot out of us, though. But even though there won't be any more counterfeit tokens coming into the casino. Hundreds have already been mixed in with the authentic ones, right? We spoke with a young man who bought counterfeits from the culprit earlier. Gave us a few examples to use as reference. With this many, you should be able to pinpoint a more efficient way to identify them. Though actually extricating them is another issue, I suppose. And of course, there's the matter of customers who've bought counterfeits under the assumption they were the genuine article as well. Only I could think of a solution that could account for all of our concerns. What's the best option for dealing with the counterfeit tokens already in circulation? If you choose to have the fakes turned in, you'll get law. If you leave the fakes in circulation, you'll get gray. Not sure if this is the best suggestion, but why not treat the counterfeit tokens as real ones too? That way you can keep them in circulation. That's a bit... Actually, you may be onto something. After all, as is evidenced by the fact that most customers have remained unaware of the issue at the hand, the tokens are nearly identical. Look, the source has already been eradicated. No more fakes are getting added to the pool anytime soon. Your policy is to avoid burdening your customers at all. I think my suggestion just might be the most efficient solution for everyone involved. That's a great idea, and if the staff members don't say anything, everyone will be none the wiser. I see. So a bit of deception would be at play. An unorthodox solution to be sure, but perhaps we'll think on it further. No way to please everyone, but that's just how 4SPGs go, I guess. That's not going to be a right answer here, you know, so as long as you're satisfied, that's all that matters. Yes, perhaps you're right, young lady. Thank you for your help today, everyone. And please, feel free to continue enjoying our casino to your heart's content during your stay here in Tharbad.
Check that one off the list.
And so we complete our last 4SPG. I think that's actually the last one for the route as well. We're going to get a lot of bit of gray there, up to level 3. Unfortunately, chaos doesn't matter anymore. And we obtained Mare Gray through Mare and Van's synchronization. And we can, of course, go grab our Braver R for gray alignment 3. But for getting both gray and chaos, we get the Rastaban 2. And that's all of our Forest PGs taken care of. Now, the last thing we'll do before we end off this episode, because pretty much all the side content has been finished at this point, only thing we have left to do are to do a couple of connection events. We'll do one this episode and then one next episode.
Thank you, Nadia.
Let's give Swin his gift, as well as Lapis her gift. And on top of that, once you give Lapis her gift, it'll be your 45th gift. So you will get an achievement for that. And we'll get the Sylphie Arts Driver. And finally, last thing I want to mention before we got into our connection event, I would highly recommend you do the Rufus and Lapis one. You'll actually get a Hollow Core from this. The Hollow Core is a very, very good Hollow Core, especially in higher difficulties. But on top of that, if you're just trying to collect all the Hollow Cores, make sure you do the Rufus and Lapis. You can, of course, watch it later, but I'll be picking it up right now. Kevin's group decided to take a short break. Wow, so this is maximum energy. I wonder what it tastes like. I hope you'll check out Perfect Driver 02, young lady. Make sure not to drink too much of that. It's loaded with caffeine. Maybe I'm in no position to ask since I just tagged along, but is this really okay to drink? You know, for a kid? Young though she may be, she's also a Rosenberg doll. She may find the ingredients to be stimulating, but she should have no trouble neutralizing the effects. Probably. Shouldn't you be sure? What are you two yapping about? Let's hurry up and try it. Cheers. Oh my, I've never tasted anything like this before. After the initial piercing flavor, sugar and citrus race through the mouth. So it's just a Red Bull? You can see this serving as a good mixer for alcohol. So it is just Red Bull? Ugh, I'm surprised you enjoyed it. I'll say I definitely feel more awake after taking a sip. This stuff's loaded with caffeine, so you definitely got to be careful not to drink too much. That part's not Red Bull. What do you think, Lapis? Lapis?
Would you pipe down, Onion Priest? Who do you think you are, speaking to me as an equal?
Lapis?
What is this wondrous mixture? It's ever so delectable.
Did a doll get drunk off caffeine?
One could say this beverage
Uh-oh.
is perfectly suited to such a noble Rosenberg doll as myself.
Those aren't her eyes.
Attend me, peasant. I demand more.
What's your deal, young lady? Please calm down. What the hell is going on? Her arrogant tone. It somewhat resembles the way she spoke when she was Altera 4 months ago. Ah, I saw that name in the files. Her body has maintained standard mobility even after absorbing the caffeine. However, it may not have accounted for the arginine in the beverage. The data of her past arrogant personality appears to have been brought to the forefront by her body's processing of the chemical. Are you kidding me? How can you be so calm? Are we going to be okay? Well, as far as I can tell, she still seems to be Lapis at her core. As long as she can recover from this state of intoxication. Rufus, what are you standing around for? I demand more energy drinks. Negotiate with these men and make them hand over everything at once. As you wish, my lady. Wait, now you're a butler? Kevin continued to chide Rufus, even as he managed to lead Lapis away from the stand. Then they had to watch over her until her body began to naturally break up the arginine. Hehehe. This feels amazing. This pool really is without equal. Why is my wallet the one that has to suffer? My apologies. Please consider this one of your business expenses. You're a cunning bastard. Huh. What is the matter with the slot machine? Why won't it allow me to win? Fine. I'll do this my way.
Look, Rufus. Now all of our money problems have been solved.
You hacked it. I say, I've never considered the option. I'm sure Nadia will be quite pleased. Okay, stop. The security's giving us the stink eye. Just leave everything here and let's scram.
I shall acquire all the tasty delicacies in this bazaar. I am feeling rather parched after eating those kebabs. It's time for another energy drink.
How about we try some of that cold tea from the food truck over there instead?
Oh, a most fabulous idea. Hurry and buy some for me. Oh my gosh, that girl is so cute. Do you think she's from some rich family? The guy who's with her in the sunglasses is such a hottie.
Excuse me, sir, but who are they? Would they be interested in debuting as actors? Sorry, but they're not interested. We're sticking out like sore thumbs. She's finally calmed down. Her body is likely in the final stages of processing the arginine. Rosenberg technology truly is astounding. Don't think I've forgotten how you left all the annoying stuff to me. I'm grateful, Kevin. As I am but an attendant at the end of the day, it can be difficult for me to act against the will of my mistress. I'm starting to feel bad for Swin and Nadia.
Rufus, thanks for everything. Nadia, and Swin, too.
She really loves you guys, huh? I can't say I understand how your relationship works. You got a once heinous criminal of the Empire, 2 ex-Garden assassins, and the product of an aberrant singularity. Each one of you is practically a heretic, and yet you've gotten together like it's no big deal. Indeed, 2.5 years ago I could not have foreseen the path I'd walk. I lost my position, my home, and even my nation. Even so, I'm quite fond of what I have now. This life I've made for myself after the Crossbell incident, or should I say, this life I've stumbled into. I suspect she feels the same way. And now she's once again trying to change, to grow, discover what her heart truly wants. Hey, Rufus. You sure you really want to let her dirty her hands with all this? One of her friends is closely connected to our targets. There's no telling how this could corrupt Lapis, lead her away from the girl she's trying to become. You're one to talk, aren't you? A job is a job. We do not intend to neglect our obligations.
I will do what must be done with no hesitation. I am Rufus Alberea, after all. And as she is not human, she will have no problem completing this job either. My opinion on that front remains unchanged. However, I am but her attendant. And as such, my duty is to follow her orders. You would do well to keep that in mind.
So, you're saying you might back out if Lapis changes her mind? Huh. You sure are a pain in the neck. True, but I'm afraid you have me beat in that regard. You keep going out of your way to worry about us dirtying our hands, all while you struggle to choke down the thought of doing so yourself. Well, whatever. It's fine. You've only ever been tools for me from the get-go. So I'll use you however I need to in order to complete my mission.
Do as you see fit.
Rufus? Kevin? Huh? What was I doing? Good morning. I'm hungry.
Finally back in the land of the living, huh? Not that Altera wasn't entertaining.
Then you may be glad to hear. I backed up her personality data from earlier to a holo, just for caution's sake. Now we will be able to use it going forward.
Just when did you have the time to do something like that? You're too damn sly.
Lapis, having blown off some steam by going on something of a rampage, simply shrugged. And the trio met back up with their friends to resume work. And we get the Altera Holocore. Now, I will just quickly show it off, just because I did mention it is a really good Holocore. So I can just show it off in Kevin real quick. I just like to keep them all the same. Again,
till we get to that final part of the game where I really need to change up everything and just get the perfect party set up. It saves me time later on, like just because we don't have to constantly be redoing our builds on everybody. But we can go ahead and quickly check that out. I got to remember because I haven't done a holocore change in a while. But basically, holocores just change your S boosts. I've kind of mentioned that before. It will change your S boost, your arts damage, and then your max EP. On top of that, they can level up. But if we look at Altera here, what she does is her S boost gives the character strength and arts damage plus 18%, defense and arts defense plus 18%, and speed plus 36. On top of that, you also get regen 8% for both your HP, EP, and you gain 5 CP after acting. Again, just a really, really solid ability. And then S-Craft power plus 70. Honestly, if there's just a character you're using, and I honestly might even just give it to Kevin because how good it is. I'm kind of tempted here, man. Let's just do it. Let's give it to Kevin. But you also get Altera. It's one Of the very few. You can kind of see right there on the left side. Kind of like Mare. I don't think there's any other ones here. Maybe Potter Mater. Yeah, so Potter Mater has one as well. You can see it on... well, you can kind of... I don't want to take it off of her. We can kind of see it in the background there. Potter Mater has one because that is an actual character from the games. And then I think the only other one would be Mare, but we'd have to go over to Van to actually see Mare.
Come out wherever you
And so,
are.
with that, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wind things down here. We do still have one more connection event that we will view next episode, but in the next episode, we'll see if we can go try to finish up Kevin's route number 2. Don't know how long it'll be, but we at least have one story event to view back at the hotel. And so, I will see you guys then.